Voters from several cities in San Diego County will be deciding on whether to raise taxes or continue existing taxes in their hometowns. And KPBS reporter John Carroll has been looking into what the various taxes are for. And John, there are 4 cities in the East County you've been looking at.
That's right, Maya. They are El Cajon, Santee, Lemon Grove, and La Mesa. 2 of the measures would extend current taxes, while the others are for new taxes. Let's start in El Cajon. Measure J would extend a half-cent sales tax currently set to end in 2028. It would stay in place through April of 2049. The city says the $13 million raised annually by the tax is critical to funding El Cajon's public safety operations. The San Diego County Taxpayers Association opposed the tax when it was on the ballot in 2008, but the group supports it now, partly because Measure J would create an oversight committee comprised of residents along with people selected by the Taxpayers Association and a local business advocacy group. Now in La Mesa, voters will be asked to extend the city's 3/4 cent sales tax. The city says the $12 million the tax raises annually funds public safety along with city infrastructure, including streets, sidewalks, parks, and storm drains. La Mesa's mayor says renewing the tax will let the city maintain high-quality services for the community. The measure has strong support from La Mesa's 2 biggest public safety unions. It is also supported by the San Diego County Taxpayers Association. The SDCTA says La Mesa has demonstrated the need, has long-term plans for the funds, and there's a sunset clause.
Now, John, is there any organized opposition to either of the measures?
Well, the only opposition I could find comes from Carl DeMaio's Reform California organization. They say the funds would not specifically be earmarked for public safety or, for that matter, for infrastructure.
And what about the measures in Santee and Lemon Grove?
So those are both new taxes. Santee's Measure S would increase sales taxes by 0.5% from 7.75% to 8.25% for 15 years. It includes a 7-member oversight committee. The city says the funds are needed to renovate an existing firehouse, as well as building and staffing 2 new facilities. Proponents of the measure say Santee has not added an additional fire station since 1964. They say approval of the tax increase will address issues identified in the 2023 Santee Community Risk Assessment, including bringing 90% of the city into a 4-minute response time for first responders. They also say approval would actually save the city money by reducing insurance premiums. And they say the money would fund 6 additional firefighter paramedics. It is supported by the Santee Firefighters Association, Santee Mayor John Minto, and the San Diego Democratic Party, among other groups. But the Taxpayers Association opposes this one because they say it engages in ballot box budgeting, which they say is a dangerous practice for the provision of any public good or service.
All right. What about Lemon Grove?
Right. Voters there will decide whether to approve Measure T. It would raise the sales tax in the city by 1 cent. The city says it needs the revenue to fix potholes, repair storm drains, and improve the safety and quality of life there. It says its storm drains are now 50 or more years old and they are starting to fail. The city says that has cascading effects, leading to damage done to city streets, to sinkholes, and flooding. The city also says it needs the money to ensure rapid response to 911 emergencies.
But this one has the support of San Diego County Taxpayers Association, right?
That's right. They say it's because Measure T has a commitment to transparency, fiscal accountability, and sustainability, and it has a sunset clause. The association also says the measure addresses crucial infrastructure needs that cannot be met without this increase.
Now, John, who opposes it?
Once again, Carl DeMaio's Reform California. Their reason is pretty much the same reason they give for opposing all the other tax measures that they oppose, that the city would not be required to spend it on what they claim they'll spend it on, and that funds will instead go to raises for city workers and to what the reform organization calls bloated pensions for those workers.
Great work. Thank you so much, KPBS reporter John Carroll. And you can read up on these tax measures and the rest of what's on your ballot at the KPBS Voter Hub. It's online at kpbs.org/voterhub.